everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last build we went anime when we made the Gamble Shroud from Ruby. If you missed that build, we're going to include the link in the description below to our channel's homepage so you can go over there and check out Gamble Shroud or any of the other cool builds we have there. Now for this build we're going to go sci-fi. So without further ado, Black Sheep Props would like to introduce you to the newest member of the family. Oh, ha ha ha! Yes sirree, look at that bad boy. Wow! It is the Z6 Riot Control Baton that the First Order troopers carry in Star Wars The Force Awakens. Get the heck out of here, look at that. It's crazy, it's insane. It's crazy insane. Wow, long bunch of support in here so it's not all like wobbly. Super clean, no weathering on here, white and black and a tiny little bit of red. Real easy paint job, and this is a real easy build. It's got these cool curved shocky things. I think that's what they're called, shocky things. And nice cool steel handle, and bzzz, you can shock the heck out of people with it. Or at least you can pretend to. There you go, look at that thing, man. Wow, super cool. So in this episode, making an EVA foam Z6 Riot Control Baton. It's a mouthful. Part 1, we're going to begin going step by step through how to make it, and it's super easy. And if you want your own Z6 Riot Control Baton, we have a template for this too. So we're going to include the link in the description below for our storefront also. So if you want to go pick up a template for a couple bucks, you can. If not, just hang out, check it out, and enjoy. So, ready to hit it? Let's make something. All right, here we go. We're going to begin our Z6 Riot Baton with the main body pieces, okay? And this should be pretty simple. All right, there we go. Now you know the drill. Let both sides dry and then the contact cement can make contact. All right, there we go, 1.5 inches thick. All right, now the next piece. This will be really simple. We're gonna come in, we're gonna knock all these squares out, and then we're gonna cut these little center pieces out. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna knock these out on the bandsaw real quick. All right, there we go. Okay, now we're gonna stick these to both sides of our piece. So we've got the cool little recessed areas there. There we go. We've got 1 inch thick, a 24 millimeter, skinned with a 3 millimeter on both sides, and we got the little recessed cavities there. Pretty cool. All right, now we're going to come in with our template, and we are going to transfer this line over. That's going to be our cut line. All right. Just like that there. And then we're going to take these dotted lines and we're going to transfer those lines over right there and there. Right there. And there. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to knock off this cut first on the bandsaw. All right, there we go. Bottom end is cut off. Now we're going to cut these bevels. All right, now this is what it's going to look like, okay? It's going to have a bevel on all 4 corners. So we're going to take that angle and we're going to tip our table at the bandsaw, and then we're going to feed this through to cut that. So let's go tilt our angle to match this little angle right here on the bandsaw. All right, there we go. Look at that, man. That is cool. We got a bevel on all four sides. Very nice. And the back cut. Pretty cool. All right. All right, now we're going to do this body piece. All right, it's going to be cut out in this funky shape. It's going to have this notch right here. But before we cut that notch, we're going to cut all the sides out, and we're going to cut a straight cut across the bottom. Okay, we're going to do those first on the bandsaw. Okay, there we go. We've got top, back, and bottom cut. Right now we're going to do the same thing we just did on this piece right here. All right, we're going to tip our table so that we can cut a bevel cut around the top and the bottom on both sides. So let's tip our table to the angle we want and cut it. Nice, look at that. We've got the bevel cuts on all four sides. That is really cool. Okay, now we can come in and we can do our remaining cuts, but let's make sure that our pattern is on here the right way. Where our cut is going to go right there and right there. Okay, so let's draw our line. All right, there we go. Now we're going to do this cut and we're going to do this notch on the bandsaw. All right, check that out. Wow, is that cool. We've got our bevel at the top. We've got our bevel at the bottom. We've got this cool notch cut. Look at that angle right there, right here and up at the top. And we got this piece cut out. Now this is going to be coming in and slipping right in there like that. And that is totally sweet. Check that out. It's going to float right in the center just like that. Okay, now this piece, we're going to have to drill a hole through it so that when we have our support going through here, it's going to be right in the center. So let's go ahead and make a mark. All right, that's the center right there. Now we know. Okay, now we're going to come in with our 220 sanding stick and we're going to smooth the edge out because you can pick up a few little bandsaw lines there on the edge. All right, let's soften this back edge up. Nice and tight, sealed up, soft edge on the back. Wow. All right. Okay, here's our templates. Our 2mm templates right here. These are going to be wraps that go around our handle. And we took this little piece here, we decided on 3mm, and we just traced it and flipped it. So we've got two of them. And now we're all right, there we go. We're going to go one piece of the wrap at a time. Okay, now we're going to come in here. We're going to line our center mark up. Right there and there. Nice and easy. Now we're just going to roll it over like that. Look at that. Pretty tight. Same thing over here. Let's take it. Roll it over. All right, now these two halves of foam have a little seam you can see right in the middle. So we can see that. And we're lining our Sharpie mark down with that seam. Roll our foam over, just like that. Very cool. Now we did the top and the bottom first because we want to make sure that we center this. Okay, so let's check our line. We're a little bit low, we're sitting low, so we're gonna redraw our lines on both sides. Adjusted our lines slightly, got everything coated, give it a minute. Stick down, line it up. There we go, we're centered. All right, there we go, look at that. Pretty simple. All right, here we go. We're gonna create this little detail that's gonna go on the end. We've got a 4mm piece of foam and a 24. All right, we can cut this out with our X-Acto. All right, there we go. Now, the 24mm. All right, we're gonna knock this out on the scroll saw, then we're gonna Dremel it to a point. All right, there we go, perfect. Now we're gonna draw a line around the middle. Okay, now we're gonna use this line and we're gonna Dremel this whole edge off to where this all comes to a peak. All right, now we're gonna come in with our smooth bit. Sweet, sweet, let's tighten it up. And while we're at it, let's soften up the edge of this 4mm disc. All right, there we go. And we'll drop that right inside of our Sharpie mark. Got a minute to move it. There we go. Okay, we're going to take these 10mm pieces now and we're going to strike the end off. Okay. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to Dremel a trench that we're going to use to submerge our wood dowel. All right, now look at that. That melts the foam. That bit gets so hot, it melts the foam. So there's like a little bit of a burnt edge all the way along the edge of this, and you just peel it off. Okay, there we go. Let's see if this is gonna work. We're gonna submerge this right in there, and right in there, and holy smokes, man, it works beautifully. Beautifully. Perfect. All right, this piece is gonna line up with here. The dowel's gonna go through here, and it's gonna go partially into here, probably about that far. All right, so that's our mark. So we're gonna cut this off on the bandsaw right here. All right, here we go. Now when we slip this in and we flip this around, this cut right here is gonna line up with this. And then the dowel's gonna stick about that far into our Riot Baton. Cool. We're just gonna stick this in our trench like that. Then we're going to line this edge up down here. And then we're going to, there we go. Wow. Crazy perfect. 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 All right, now we're going to follow these lines now on the bandsaw. Nice, look at that, it's a foam popsicle. All right. All right, there we go. Now this is gonna go through this piece and into the handle right to there, just like that. So what we're gonna do is, we have our center mark here. We're gonna drill a hole through here, and then when we're done, we're gonna stick something through there and make a mark right there so we know we're lined up, and then we're gonna drill into there. All right, so let's go over to the drill press and knock a hole out. Needs to be. That looks like that's about the right size. Perfect. All right, let's go. All right, there we go. Look at that. Hole right through there. Look at that. Perfect. All right, there we go. We made a mark right there. Now we're going to drill into there. But that means we need to drill in this far. Cut that much of our dowel off right there. Right on there. This is going to feed all the way through and go into there, just like that. All right, beautiful. All right, now before we do that, we're going to come over to this piece and we are going to round these edges off. We're going to soften it. All right, there we go. Nice soft edges. Not bad. We're going to come in with our 220, get them even smoother. Mark a line there. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, look at that. That is perfect. All right, we've got this piece of 12mm foam. It's 1 1/8 by 3/4. We just drew it out on foam, 1 1/8 by 3/4. Really easy stuff. We're gonna come through here and we are going to tip our knife on a really extreme bevel. We're gonna slide right through, right through, right through, and one more. Let's use this as a support over here. All right, now what we have is this. All right, look at that. Mighty nice. Just a 4-sided little peak. Those are going to come in and go right here, and we're going to line them up down the bottom. Let's seal it. Nice tight foam. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this little template right here. This is not the correct length, but it's the right width. We did a test wrap and we made some marks. Okay, we want to go from this top mark all the way around to this top mark, and then we're going to do another piece from this mark all the way around to this. So there's going to be a wrap around both sides with a little space in the middle. So we just made our measurements. We did a test wrap to find out what our length is from here to here, and here's all of our pieces right here on a 4mm piece of foam. All right, there we go. We've got them all cut. Now we're going to round the edges off on all of them. All right, let's get all these out of the way for now. All right, now what we're gonna do is this, okay? We have this long line drawn. It's supposed to continue all the way down to here, all right? Let's finish that line. All right, there we go. Now what we're going to do is this. We're going to come in with our wood burner. Don't speed up, don't slow down, or the width of your line will vary. Try to stay consistent in your speed. That's not bad. Nice little groove. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. There we go. Now we're going to line it up with our mark right there. And we're going to stretch it. Just lay it down around the corner while it bonds, just like that. Back side of it. Push it down right to where our line is and hold it while it bonds. Nice and easy. Look at that. Really cool. And the groove goes underneath it, which is nice. Very cool. All right, now we're just going to do all the rest of them. Cool, look at that. We softened the edge on every one of the pieces, sealed it, drew our guidelines, left our gap in the middle. Very cool. Look at that. Pretty nice. All right, here we go. Now we drew our marks, 3 little marks in each section, and a little cross in the middle of it. That's the center. We're going to get our hole punch out. We're going to get a excess piece of 3mm foam. And 4, 6, 8. All right, there we go. There's 24. Perfect. We're going to make a little puddle of super glue. Get the bottom wet. There it is. Just stick them on there. Take your time. There we go. 24 of them. Okay, now we've got a leftover piece of 12mm foam. We're going to cut this little piece out here on the scroll saw. All right, there we go. Nice. Perfect. Rounded it off, got it kind of soft. All right, now let's seal up this whole end here. All right, there we go. Look at that. That is some really simple but really cool details on there. Nice. All right, here we go. We're going to begin building our handle. Okay, we've got a 3/8" wood dowel, a 16mm foam dowel, and a 4mm wrap. And you're saying, what the heck? So this is going to be the support. This is going to be our handle. All right, so what we're going to do first is we are going to cut this off on the bandsaw, and we're going to cut this off on the bandsaw. All right, there's our dowel, and here is our wood dowel. Okay, now this is going to be the handle, and this little piece right here is going to go up right here inside the body right up to there. All right? Now, next step, we're going to split this dowel in half. All right, there's our center line right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to carefully get the cut started. We're going to slice through, and we're going to go right down our dowel like that. There we go. Sweet. All right. All right, there we go. Now we're going to come in with our round Dremel bit like you've seen us do before. And we're going to Dremel out a trench so that our wood dowel can submerge right in the middle of these two pieces. All right, there it is. Give it a couple minutes. Okay, we're lining up our outer edge here. Now this doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be wrapping it. Okay, here we go. Now this is going to come in here and it's going to wrap there. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off a little piece of this. Just like that. We're going to do a test wrap. There and there. All right, that's the mark and that's the mark. Now we know that is going to be the perfect length to wrap this thing around here. Now, the reason we made these little marks, see that? These sets of dots, double dots here and double dots there, is we're going to do a technique on here like we did on Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. All right, here we go. We're going to come in with our straight edge. We're going to tip our knife over on an angle. And we're going to cut partially through, but not all the way through, like that. All right, now we're going to come to this side. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stick through this side at an angle. Cut all the way through, like that. And now watch what we get. Oh man, look at that. Ho, ho, ho. That is a sweet detail, and I mean sweet. All right, we're just gonna do that to the rest of these now. Oh. Check it out. That is so nice. Now when we come in and we wrap this, look what it's gonna do. It's gonna give us that cool look. All right. Okay, cut right here along our mark we made with a bevel, slight bevel cut on the end. And you know we always do that when we do a wrap. That way it helps it come together real nice. Line up our bottom. There we go. All right, I think we are going to be right, on the money. All right, let's get the end now. Let's get our crease matched up right there. Oh my gosh, is that cool. Okay, make sure our creases match up every time we get to them. Right there, these cuts we made. Look at that, right in there and there. Holy smokes, man. There we go. Pinched together perfectly. Now we anchor it down. Pinch the seam together, then anchor it, and look at how clean that is. That is pretty darn nice. Cool. Pretty nice. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just shave the end of this off on the bandsaw to give us a nice clean edge. All right, there we go. Nice flat edge. Now we're going to round the edge off. Okay, so let's get our round ball off of here. Ooh, blowout. All right, there we go. Sweet, look at that. And then we went ahead and touched our seam just a little bit to clean that up. All right, let's seal it. Crazy awesome. All right, now we're going to come in with these 3mm pieces of foam. All right, we're going to cut these out. There we go. All right, that's it right there. Okay, we cut 3 of them out. All right, we had the small, medium, and large. All we really need is the small and the large, okay? They're gonna go on the end just like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, what we did here is we cut out 2 little circles. You can kind of do any size you want. And we just did them out of 3mm foam, super glued them together, and stuck them on the end, just like that, to give it a little bit of a cool little end detail look. That is mighty nice looking. Wow. It almost looks like some kind of weird, like Tootsie Roll sucker thing or something weird. But it's not. It's a Riot Baton handle. Wow, so far so good. We got almost the whole thing built. The whole body all the way down to the end. And you saw it. We embedded some support in there because this is a long prop. And you even saw us get the handle going, which, like we said, looks like some kind of a crazy space Tootsie Roll or something. But that has support in it too. And you see how easy that is. Support in here, totally easy. So that concludes making an EVA foam Z6 Riot Control Baton Part 1. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.